Hawaii are you from?
Well, I'm from Fairbanks, Alaska originally, but I came out here about 10 years ago on vacation. It was, middle of winter around Christmas, 57 below zero back in Fairbanks the day I was supposed to leave. So I rented a couch, borrowed a moped, got a job, and here we are 10 years later, my brother.
57 below zero?
Yeah, 50, yeah, 57. It gets there.
You understand, for somebody from South Louisiana, that sounds like hell on earth.
Oh, bro. Scott, it's terrible, man. The coldest I ever worked was Prudhoe Bay, the North Slope, top of Alaska, 97 below. And granted, I was with a little bit of wind chill, but we're talking 14-hour days, 7 days a week, 10-week hitches. You working on the pipe gang up there. It's a whole nother life, my brother.
So what were you doing exactly out there?
That's back in my my pipe fitting labor apprentice type days. I was just an oil field worker, pretty much.
Yeah. Hey, see, man, I love the cold. I got too much hair on my body for all that heat.
Yes, sir.
Hey, brother, the evolutionary clock over here keeps going forward for me. So, dude, tell me about how you got started with this concept, because I was reading up on your stuff, reading up on the bio, and you got in a bad accident. That's what I saw.
Yeah, let me just give you the quick elevator pitch in a nutshell. So, born and raised in Fairbanks, Alaska, where I spent about 28 years. I grew up a strong wrestler. State finals my senior year, I broke my ankle. I continued the bout and ended up losing by a few points. And long story short, my wrestling scholarship went out the door, and I took my ground and pound skills to the cage, where I was one of the light heavyweight champs of Alaska for about 6 years. And during my time as a mixed martial artist, I had this piece of nylon that I had sort of cut, sort of designed that I could chomp on, something that just simulated the biting motion and the range of motion to essentially give me strength in my masseter, better bite on my mouthpiece, take a punch, take a kick. It's something about working the biting motion just got me in this primal, primitive zone, ready for battle. It's something that, a tip pro boxers always used to chew on a piece of leather. It's always been an underlying trick that people would do in kind of combat sports. But time goes on. I experienced a jaw injury. It's broke all the way through. Wired shut for 4 months. I had 4 plates, eight bolts in there. I got a couple of the plates out. I don't really know how many's in there these days, but there's definitely some metal still in my jaw, especially on this side. And I wrecked my motorcycle following that here in Hawaii, over in Oahu. I got a ZX10 1000 fresh off my moped. I figured I'd baby this thing until I could buy a helmet on my next paycheck. And long story short, I lost Martin Luther King Day. I was leaving work. I lost control in the rain, about 40, 50 miles an hour. I don't know how good you can see that, but.
Oh, I can see that, man.
I skull fracture all the way back. Hit a traumatic brain injury, TBI. I was in a coma for about 13 days. Induced coma from brain swelling on another level. It was a huge reset. You know what I'm saying? I went from being this primal, out to get, nothing could stop me. I lived that way for, at least 15 years. And then when you get the whole reset on the brain, it's just crazy. Scott, to wake up and not really know where you're at, what happened. And, my vision was 50% gone. My cognitive skills were completely demolished. I mean, once I got out of the hospital, the first thing I did was go to the gym. I got on a cardio machine, wanted to get my circulatory system going. And it was my only place that I could find any kind of peace was when my body was moving. Even though the doctors highly did not recommend that. I was going to rebuild no matter what. And I hit it right out the gate with no time to waste. Well, Scott, I found myself down at one of the bookstores. I can't even think what it was called now, a bookstore in Oahu. looking for basic word puzzles, types to retrain my cognitive skills. And the lady there says she's showing me around. And I just couldn't even conceive these books. They were just too complicated. And she says, oh, I got a section for you. She brought me over to the kids section, bro. I literally started with a second grade reading level type of cognitive skill building type of book to rebuild my brain. And, you know, long story short, it was a long journey, you know, and during this time, that's when I really got back into utilizing my homemade prototype. It's something about the exercise in the jaw. And I'm sure, you know, when you use it, you can feel your temporalis low, you know. Oh, right. Yeah. So it's hard to say that it's a brain workout, you know what I'm saying, without the proper claim studies. But it's something that I could tell was helping me dramatically.
Let me ask you this. You brought up Primal Instincts a lot in terms of things like that. So what do you consider, do you think nowadays, in terms of what you're creating, what you're doing, you're kind of bringing back that primal spirit back to what we need to be as men?
God, 100%, man. That's, you know, men, women across the board, people need to have that primal bite. You know, humans have been robbed of the motion of the bite. You know what I'm saying? We got this processed, blended bullshit diet that just keeps getting softer and less nutritional throughout the years. You know, our hunters and gatherers would chew for 12 and a half hours a day on a rough, raw, tough diet. You know, the average American chews for, give or take, 29 minutes. And the majority of people they're eating a bullshit processed diet that's under-masticated. You know what I'm saying? There's no biting, there's no ripping, there's no tearing, there's no stimulation of your saliva glands. There's no, I mean, there's a list of issues coming from the way we cook, cut, blend, and process. We're losing size, strength, mobility, alignment, and range of motion of our bite. You know, if you only open your mouth up so far and you're using a fork, you know what I'm saying? You cut your food up, you feed it, it goes to one side, it goes to the other. You know, we've created this imbalance in the temporal mandibular joint from all of the molar chewing and side-to-side action. And with humans longing for that primal, that bite, that rip, that tear, that activation, that stimulation that we no longer get, we favor one side. You know, we chew on one side more than the other, or we have a toothache on the other, or, you know, we bite our nails, or oral fixations, we snack a bunch, we clench our jaw. You know, if we don't do all that, people, they grind their teeth off in their sleep just because they're carrying that stress. It's not relieved because we don't exercise it and release it, you know? So, Scott, that the dental world is something that I've always stayed away from, because Jawzrsize is really just an exercise for your face, neck, and jaw. We have some claim studies showing relief in the TMJ and relief in jaw stress, but it's really the proof's in the pudding. That's why we're really contingent on our money back program. And if it doesn't work for you, cut it in half and send us a picture for a full refund. And not to go off on any kind of pitch, Scott, but what else you got on your side, bro?
Oh, I'm telling you, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with that getting the money back thing, brother. Because I don't see anybody trying to send this thing back. First of all, look, dude, it's like I told you. So that video that I sent you, man, I was looking at a picture of my jawline before I started. And, you know, you can't really see it because I have a big, thick beard, bro.
Yep.
Dude, you can notice the difference even with the beard. After about a month and a half, 2 months, you can notice the neck, dude. It eliminates all that, brother. And you can see that from afar, man. Like completely. That's a big problem for guys with beards, too. With beards, you know, you can kind of see a beard grow down right here. And it looks like it's just all the way growing down your neck. It literally eliminates all of that excess right there, man, to where it separates that skin line from it.
Scott, you nailed it there, bro. It's crazy how fast it works. And it's not even just the neck area, the contouring, the cheeks, the blood flow, the pigmentation of your skin from all that nutrition and blood and oxygen that's going through your fascia, and the stimulation. Like your face, we always I mean, not we all, but people train everything from here down. You know what I'm saying? You can, work on the biceps row. You can keep a nice six pack going. But why don't you look at the money maker? You know what I'm saying? The one thing that you can't really cover unless you have a beard or unless you're wearing a mask like a lot of people are these days. But I always say when the mask comes off, wouldn't you like to unveil a beautiful, sexy jawline, tight, firm neck? Or even for guys with the big ass beards, like, someday you wear the beard for 10 years, what do you want it to look like when you shave it someday? Because someday you're probably going to shave it. And if you can shave that and say, holy shit, this looks better than it did 10 years ago. I mean, it's just a game changer, Scott.
So you have 4 different levels currently that we have different levels now, but I started at everybody else's regular pace with, I started with I'm on level 2 right now. Ooh. All right. Let me ask you this. Is there a certain level that you can't handle yourself yet?
Well, bro, it's funny you say that because there's two lifestyles, right? There's two branches here. We got the active lifestyle version, right? I don't know if you got one of those.
I don't have the active. I have the.
That's fine. You got the elite, the bad boy, bro. That's when I saw your video. Hey, Scott knows what's up, bro. Because usually people start out on this unless they're a heavy hitter, full contact athlete. Because these were the originals, right? You boil it for 30 seconds, make some mold leave your teeth. Right here. But I do have a 100-pounder that I never released to the public because it is you can't even move with your hands. Like it I can't lie, I can crush it. I don't even use it all the time, especially because I've got some metal in my jaw. I don't want to spark it and piss it off because it can get pissed. But the reality is too, even if you can handle it, it's more about like static holds, you know what I'm saying? Slow, controlled reps. Because it'll always tap you out. That's one of the funny stories about the beginning of this. I had my lady on my homemade version because I used to make these down at the jewelry shop. I'd grind them out of silicone. I'd add in the EVA strips. I'd make molding strips. And I'd make these bad boys custom fit.
Very beautiful woman too, my man. Very beautiful woman you have.
Thank you, sir. She's awesome.
You did well, my friend.
Yeah?
You did well, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She's awesome. Hey, but on that note, though, every night I would max out, right? I would just go, I'm going to get as many as I can. And, I'd be rubbing my temples and I'd be like, you get up to about 280, 290 reps. And it's like to push yourself to the point where you can't do another push-up. You can't do another squat. You can't run another mile. You can't, people do that. But to do it on the bite, the first instinctual thing to do at birth is move your jaw, is succulate, it's the breastfeed. It's this instinctual motion that we just know how to do. You don't teach a kid how to do that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I would get up to like 280. I just can't get another one. But I felt like my brain almost getting sore, like I did an exercise on my arms. And the crazy part is, I've had sleep apnea since I was maybe 8 years old. I had sinus issues. I would just always be having sleep apnea episodes. Every girlfriend I had always told me, this is terrible. You got to get that fixed. And my lady says, holy shit, Brandon, your sleep apnea is gone. And this is after 30 days of me doing these crazy regimens, right? Because before I release it to the public, I need to see if this can hurt somebody. It's got to be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give this thing its all, test the limits. If I found there really was no limits. And again, I don't make any type of claims medically, but my doctor buddy says, well, shit, sleep apnea is one of the major causes is a weak lower jaw and air passageway. And I think, well, what's a CPAP machine do? Is that a Band-Aid that goes on? Does it strengthen your lower jaw? Does it strengthen your air passageway? Or is it like putting a Band-Aid on something that's never going to heal? So that's just all of these things started kicking into play. It's like, oh shit, my cognitive skills are getting better. My stress and my TMJ is getting better. My tension in my jaw is getting better. and then holy shit, I'm sleeping good. You know, that's one of the biggest things about anybody. Sleep is like the most crucial part. Like you got to get sleep. Otherwise, you're going to carry stress. Your body's not going to rebuild. Like if your sleep cycle is messed up, your whole life's messed up, if you ask me. So that's something that's got me super excited to think that, you know, something that could combat a weak lower jaw and air passageway. It could help in more ways than the aesthetic side of just having a sexy jawline or no double chin. And that's something I'm really big on this year. And last year we ran claim studies. We're looking at how this exercise can benefit people from the massive amount of saliva generated from, you know, just that. You notice when you use it, right? Your saliva glands are hammering. And
yeah,
I mean, that's all about, life's all about good, healthy gut health. You know what I'm saying? Inflammation all stems from an unhealthy gut in my mind, which is probably relevant to the diet we eat. And then we are washing it down with sodas, orange pop, water. We're diluting our stomach acids even worse. When the reality is we need to crank up the stomach acid. We need to crank up the saliva generate, because I mean, Jawzrsize is just such a life-changing product in so many ways. Just so many ways I wish I could say, but it's really got to be something that, anecdotally speaking, until we get the medical professionals in there to agree with me, that's what it is. You know, you try it, and you're good. This shit's gonna happen to you without you even knowing it.
Dude, and it's one of those things. We talk about all the health benefits that are phenomenal. Also, what guys, and look, I'm a big advocate of this for my fellow men and women too. There's nothing wrong with making yourself more aesthetically pleasing like that. And that's the jawline is one of the top key components in terms of attraction level, because I study a bunch of these things in terms of the law of attraction. And it's a big key component. When I tell my buddies, I'm like, dude, you got to get this. Like, honestly, man, a month and a half, 2 months in, brother, people have noticed every time I go somewhere. Every time my barber, dude, I go to the barber shop once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week. Take care of this beautiful beard right here.
Yeah.
And this flow, man, this long flow hair, dude.
Yeah, I like
it. Rock and roll with it. My barber goes, bro, you got to get me on that stuff. Said, dude, yeah. Bro. I mean, dude, what you have, and I told you this on the phone whenever we first talked. I said, you got something right here, dude, that is life-changing for people. What do people always try to do that's going to enhance their lives? Is improve instead of their inner peace, which I'm a big advocate of too. You need to improve yourself on an internal level, but also externally, the product you put out, how you appear to somebody. Number one thing, your biggest thing that you do is appear to somebody, that first impression. And they see that chiseled jaw, man, I guarantee you, there's about 1 in 10 people that's going to be around. They're going to have a chiseled jaw like that. And you'll be that one that stands out.
I mean, Scott, you nailed that. It's something about the confidence that you get, the vibrant, it raises your energy so you can shed your light. You know what I'm saying? Something about just the confidence, the strength, the alignment, the vocal. Because, I mean, it works your throat, your vocal box area. I mean, I don't know how I can say that exactly, but it works your tongue, this whole area. I mean, you notice, right? Especially when you're showing some sets where it's like you're going up, you know, and you hit this sternocleidomastoid, the largest neck muscle, to increase blood flow. And then a lot of people, you know, a lot of haters try to say you can't spot reduce fat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't make a sexy jawline. You're born with it or you're not. Well, the reality is everybody's got a jawline, right? There's muscles that accentuate it, and then there's fat that covers it up. So you can't spot reduce fat, but as opposed to putting a snack in your mouth and eating calories, you do 1,000 reps. You take 1,000 bites with no calories. What does your body do? You know, it's not rocket science. Your body starts burning, digesting, your metabolism kicks off. Therefore, you're unveiling your facial features. You know what I'm saying? You're trimming that fat because you're not stuffing your face. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, you can see the muscles in there. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little better light for you. But you start hitting the accentuation of the muscles and contouring the cheeks.
Yep.
You see that bad boy in there?
Sure do, my friend.
I mean, it feels like a tricep in my face, which, you know, a lot of ladies aren't looking for that in themselves in particular, but they definitely like it in a guy. And that's why we make the lighter list, the resistance, the active lifestyle, the 10 pounders for the ladies. Because, you know, it's just, you can chop on the 10 pounder for an hour. You know what I'm saying? And you just did, you know, 40,000 bites. You know, you just tricked your body to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? So I always recommend following up your Jawzrsize routine with a good snack, because otherwise you're going to get angry.
Brother, whenever you say about tricking your brain, that's a big key component too. Tricking your brain, the metabolism part. Everything about this, dude, screams a big improvement in your life. Every single fucking thing about this, dude. And whenever you say the confidence level, man, I'm already a very confident individual. I didn't think it was possible to get more than that. Dude, changed my life in 2 months.
Oh my God, bro. That makes me so happy to hear. And the reality is, all we gotta do is continue to share the message, man. You're on the front line with us, and we're changing the world one bite at a time, because quite frankly, people are getting soft. You know what I'm saying?
100%, dude.
Smoothie sucking, bubble gum chewing, bubble blowing. It's really about getting back to our ancestral primalness. You know what I'm saying? Getting our health back, our gut health going, getting our metabolism running, blood flow, circulation, and then mix all that with good breath routines. You know, breath work is crucial because it's cardiovascular. It's your respiratory system. And then at the same time, that's what carries nutrition to parts of your body. And you're stimulating parts of your brain, as you can tell when you're using it, that unless you're going and running a marathon, or you're doing a crazy inversion yoga practice, or you work out like crazy powerlifting, like really you don't get, the average person doesn't get that, which is that why all of a sudden sleep out, what are the cognitive functions? I'm having a brain fart right now. What when you start losing your memory at an old age? Amnesia. There we go. Dementia, amnesia. It's because in my mind, there's parts of your brain are just kind of dying off because they're not being stimulated. You know, the TRT or what kind of test? There's some kind of testing they do where they put blood in different areas of your body. They take it like from your leg and they put it in the part of your brain that's dying, and it's showing that it's getting life and it's rejuvenating. So again, it's all about staying positive, decreasing stress, good rest, you know, good sleep, deep sleep patterns, and then carrying blood flow and oxygen to wherever you can, as much of your body as possible, because that's the circle of life.
And when it comes down to, we've touched a lot about the product, but let's talk about the man behind it now, because the man behind it had to overcome a lot to get to that point, man. And let me tell you something, brother. Whenever you have people who have likewise mindsets that look and trying to always help people out and get people to build up on that level, because we can always elevate ourselves no matter what we do. Whenever you have somebody like you who's behind the product that's already helping, because I dealt with sleep apnea and narcolepsy, man. Had to do those sleep studies tests when I was in high school, man. Had to go through all that. And I've noticed also my sleep, I can sleep a lot better now too. And there's not a lot of snoring as compared to most. It's getting better gradually, getting better 10 times. Because my ex-girlfriend used to have to leave the room. It used to be like that. But the man behind this product, the man behind this product, man, what motivates you every day?
Man, I just like that I took something, you know, Scott, I was living in a shed, you know, when I started this. I started pretty much out of the trunk of my car. And, you know, to take something that a life-threatening situation to where You know, because that's another thing too. I came out of that coma, and all of a sudden, I wasn't this guy that just before I was a force to reckon with, and I went from all the way up here to just all the way down here, right? So then, so I got big into a yoga practice. I did my my teacher training, got my yoga certification to do a little yoga teaching on the side, and you know, I took it from the cage to the yoga mat. I always say. And what motivates me is just changing people's lives. It's something that changed my life. And I'm so excited about it too, because I firsthand seen the ultimate low. And then I just got this primal, this excitement, this like go, this drive. And then of course, the haters motivate me too, because you know, the more you share it, the more people are going to come out of the woodworks and sit in their mom's basement and, you know, talk smack and this, that, and the other. And everybody has their 2 cents to weigh in. Which I can't lie, really was it was a thorn on my side, you know what I'm saying? I didn't let it conquer me, but it slowed me down at times, you know.
Yeah.
At the same time, I turned that hate into fuel, and I just turned it into love, you know what I'm saying? You got to just show people the love. And if you got a problem with what we've done and what we did and how we created an American-made product, I mean, bro, we shipped to 170 countries. I can't even tell you how much money we imported from Europe, from all over Europe, Australia, a little bit out of Asia. I mean, the numbers are crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You can say American made.
Be a part of something like, bro. I mean, that's the thing. Keeping America, making it great, trying to save it, trying to put the bite back in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to bring people together. And that's why we started a new entity. It's called Jawzrsize, because it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, I mean, sure, we promote it as a chiseled jawline, get that sexy jawline, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, it's about, you know, getting the best you know what I'm saying? Getting the best, the whole package. It all starts with what you put in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? What you breathe, I'm just trying to simplify it for everybody. There's no pill you go take. There's no medicine that's going to fix everything. It's really about the basics of life, your circulatory system, your respiratory system, your immune system, you know, your sleep patterns, your hydration, your nutrition. You know, these five combos. I mean, that's the answer. It's not. I mean, workout regimens and all that is important too, but that's down the list. You know what I'm saying? It's more about you take those first 5 and the other one falls into place. And then number 7 comes, and then number 8. And before you know it, you got all 10. And you're just this perfect person for the world. And if you're the best you can be, everybody you're around is gonna feel that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna grow with you. And the same thing, if you're the worst you can be, or anywhere in between, you're gonna vibrate that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to make the world a better place, it starts with you, and really it starts with what you put in your mouth.
Indeed, bro. Look, hey, whenever you talk about, it gets me hyped when you talk about that primal factory, because I'm a big Jordan Peterson fan, if you ever listen to any of his stuff. And he talks about getting back to our the roots that we have as a primal men. Bro, gets me hyped every time you start talking about shit like that, bro.
Bro, the world is trying to break down the primal man. I don't segregate either way. Like, I want women to be the top of their chain, but I want men to kind of take charge. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with all these. I don't want to point a finger, but you look at a lot of these soft guys these days. I don't know what the hell's going on with the world. You know, you look at men 50 years ago going to World War II, you know, facing, you know, certain death. Now everybody's got a mask on, worried about catching a cold. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
They allow themselves, nowadays what I found is that my generation especially has allowed themselves to be conditioned by like Hollywood movies and shit like that. Especially when it comes down to the whole the dating aspect of things. You see, I have a rule of thumb. You know, whenever you go up to a woman, don't ask for her Snapchat, bro. You know you can get her Snapchat by getting her number, partner. I mean, that's how it works. But guys, nowadays, it's all about body language. But what you have to have before you can master that body language is you have to have that inner confidence first. And how do you do that? How do you do that? You start improving yourself a little bit more each and every day.
Yeah, bro, I'm all about the 1% rule. 1% better every day. It only takes 100 days to be twice as good.
So I want to ask you another question about your background. So you said you were a wrestler too. All right. So how big is wrestling out there in Alaska?
It's way up there. You know what I'm saying? There's about I believe 57 what was there 57 26 schools in our district for the larger one of Alaska, and we don't really travel to many other states because it's a long journey, you know what I'm saying? But the intertwined community was tough, you know what I'm saying? And we're a tough breed up there because if you're surviving 50 below winters, if you're living darkness for 6 months, I mean, it creates a different type of animal. Whereas opposed to, when you're down somewhere in the mainland, there's a lot more competition and the numbers are higher, right? So there's just per capita, there's a lot more champions. But in Alaska, we're a tightly knit community, and there's some badasses up there. You know what I'm saying? There's something about being weathered and conditioned to survive, and probably one of the worst climates in the world that really turns you into just another type of beast,
Well, ever since I saw 30 Days of Night, I kind of figured that I probably don't want to go to Alaska.
Yeah, bro. I'm Fairbanks. I was north of Fairbanks, about 50 miles south of the Arctic Circle. And it's like, I mean, the sun goes down, fall, wintertime, and it don't really come up for 4 months. I mean, you will see it come up like this for a second, way in the distance. It's like someone turned the night light on, but you don't feel the sun, you know what I'm saying? And then you get this smog, this cold, the cold just kind of holds everything in. Because I'm from the Tanana Valley up there in Fairbanks. It just kind of, it blankets over, and then everybody's exhaust doesn't go anywhere. I mean, I feel damn bad for everybody that I know that still lives up there, because it's a beautiful place, but it's a place you want a vacation. You know what I'm saying? It's a place you want to go hunt, fish, and camp. And then you want to get the hell out of there, just like the birds do, bro. They know well enough to fly south once winter's coming. But humans kind of trick themselves into thinking, now we'll just buckle down. And you create this lifestyle to where, okay, it's summertime, 24 hours of light, go, go, go. Fall, okay, let's start getting ready for winter. Shit, winter's here. Can we stay warm? Can we keep the pipes from freezing? Can we stay fed? And then, then there's that glimpse of life. Oh, spring's right around the corner. Okay, let's get back excited again. Which trips me out, because here in Maui, we don't even have daylight savings time. It's beautiful all the time, every day, 24/7. I hate to say it, but it's almost too much. You know what I'm saying? Almost.
Do you surf? Do you surf out there?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm a big wave surfer, but I definitely spend a little time in the water. I'm more of a mountain guy. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised in Alaska, but I get in the water for sure.
I saw you getting that cold plunge in Dallas about 28 degrees. I said, is this dude crazy or what?
Dude.
How often you getting a damn cold plunge a week, bro?
Bro, I'm a cold plunger every day. I go up to, I wish, let me see if I can show you it. So the West Maui's are right here. Let me turn my camera around.
How long have you been together with your wife?
We're working towards that wife side of things. We've been together about 6 years. Can't really see it, but the West Maui's are right there.
Dang, man, that's a beautiful view.
That's Iao Valley, right? It's the purest, cleanest water, or one of the purest sources of water in the world. It's about 50, 49 to 52 degrees, depending on the temperature out. But I go up there every day. Every day I do a 20-minute cold plunge. But it's nothing like that one in Dallas, bro. I mean, we're out there an hour, and I was doing about 10 minutes and 10 minutes and 10 minutes. And the last one I had 20 minutes. And I mean, there's chunks of ice floating around that water. It had some salt in it, so it wouldn't have freeze. I think if it wasn't moving and it wasn't salty, it'd been frozen for sure, because it was cold. But something about finding comfort in an uncomfortable situation is like, it's super crucial in life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's used to, especially nowadays, everything is so comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't ever really experience the uncomfortable part of life, the comfortable part becomes just kind of boring.
I think we were talking about this the other day, me and my buddies, how whenever some people perform better under pressure. Do you find that as a motivation in terms of what you do whenever you have a deadline? So where's your factory out of right now?
Yeah, man, we're made in the USA, my brother. We run, we got a plant up in Connecticut. We got a plant in California. We got a plant in Tennessee.
You've made in the USA, baby. That's why I love it. I love it.
Man.
This channel's full of patriots.
We're going the other direction. I mean, that's what's wrong with the damn economy. Everybody tries to short the dollar and go overseas. And I mean, they've made some poor decisions as far as trying to make them. It's all about themselves, you know what I'm saying? Not about their country and the surrounding. And I mean, people get too greedy, bro. I could have made a lot more money if I would have cut a few corners, but I'm taking the long, steady road to the top, bro.
And that's a beautiful thing because you're bringing things back to the USA. And we need entrepreneurs like you to rebuild and set that standard again.
100%, bro. 100%. You know, that's just a whole nother story, I guess. But the reality is, we're proud to be made in the USA. We're proud to ship product across the world, and like we move some serious numbers to a lot of, 170 countries.
Mr. Harris, I'm about to put you through the gauntlet of questions to let the people know you a little better. All right, bro? You ready?
Go, bro. Yes, sir.
All right. Favorite NFL team?
Well, I'm a Seahawks guy, bro. For being from Alaska, Seattle was always the closest pro sport to us. I've always liked the Seahawks.
Anything besides the Packers would have been acceptable.
Okay.
Favorite NBA team?
I got a lot of love for Brady, man. He's the champ. I love that guy.
Oh, hey, Tom Brady's the GOAT. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah, love that guy.
I mean, anybody who says otherwise it's a bias. In South Louisiana here, everybody believes that Drew Brees is the GOAT. And I know I'm looking at somebody right across from me right now is giving me the look.
Yeah. That's the GOAT too. I mean, I don't hate on anybody that makes it happen now.
All right, NBA.
Yeah, bro. I ain't really followed basketball since I liked Michael Jordan. So I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
All right. My dad was from Chicago, so that's good. I'm a Kobe Bryant fan.
Yeah. You know, I don't got too much.
Guy.
Yeah.
I NHL.
I got love for Kobe for sure.
That's right. NHL.
NHL. What's that? What's the Calgary Flames, bro? I like the Calgary Flames.
All right. Blackhawks.
From Canada too, you know. So she's our main designer too, so I always got to give love to Canada. All
right, that's fair. Blackhawks over here.
Who you got?
Blackhawks.
Okay.
MLB.
Shit. I'm gonna go with San Fran.
All right, the Giants.
Yes, sir.
Cubs.
Okay.
All right. Who is the best MMA fighter of all time?
Oh, bro. I'm going to have to go with, I'm looking at John Jones or George St. Pierre. Those are my two picks.
But can you put John Jones even with the PEDs?
Fuck. I don't know about all that bullshit they pull. I'd give it to Jones overall. I mean, he's a badass.
I go Habib.
Huh?
Habib.
I don't know how tested he really was, though. You know what I'm saying? His career was short. I mean, how many real champions did he fight?
He just mauled everybody, though, man. And that lightweight division is the deepest of all the divisions. And see, I'm a big heavyweight guy. My favorite fighter of all time, besides Dustin Poirier, who lives down the road from us, is Lyoto Machida.
Yeah, old school guy. I like that guy.
And you remember Sean Shirk?
Yeah, bro, that rings a bell for sure. I'm trying to picture him though.
Him and Kenny Florian had that bloody fight.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I think I'm picturing it right now.
All right. Now, how about this boxing? So I'm a big boxing guy.
Fuck, bro. I'm old school with Tyson. I mean, he was a savage. I'm just, I like the new heavyweight champ too.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, Fury. He works some magic in there too. So those would be my two picks: old school, new school.
What about? I see. I'm a big Jake Paul fan now.
Yeah. No, that guy. Shit, he came up from out of nowhere on that, and he's got great marketing. And yeah, he fucking made it happen, bro. I mean, I sent him some Jawzrsize too, and he never hit me back. So I don't know.
Jake Paul, if you ever see this, you need to get Jawzrsize.
I'll be honest. I was thinking about putting a video out where I call Jake Paul because a lot of people try to say he's got they plan his fights, fake knockouts, all that bullshit. I don't believe that. I think it's all clean, but I would like to see him test my jaw. He ain't got to fight me. I'm quite a bit bigger than him. I'm talking about 236 foot, and I got a longer list of gangbanging than I've been through. But I feel like I'd like to put one out there and see if he wants to give me a one time and see if I can either break his fist or if he can knock me out. I don't know.
You heard it first.
Let's go.
You heard it first. This man got some balls right here, bro. Dude, hey, I agree with you. I don't think the fights are fixed either. I think the man just is punching power. The man took off 3 years, and it takes balls to step into that ring to begin with. So I'm gonna give credit where it's due because we ain't in that damn ring.
No way. I got nothing but love for that guy.
Dude,
hell, I love money with him. He needs to hit me back.
Well, y'all, this has been Brandon Harris, the CEO of Jawzrsize, a new sponsor of UnWoKeN. I am pumped to be teaming up with this man right here. The dude has it going on. Made in the USA, baby. Brandon, tell him what's up. What you got going on now?
Well, what you want to hear about this bad boy Jawzrsize clothes?
Yes, sir. Let's hear it.
That's it, guys. We created a product to exercise the human bite, something that we've been robbed of due to our cooked processed bullshit diet these days. Put some range of motion, mobility, alignment, some strength back behind the strongest pound for pound muscle group in the body, the master. Solid as a rock, my brother. Reinforce your TMJ, relieve tension in your jaw with a simple exercise. Again, we're made in the USA, back with the 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. So check out the thousands of 5-star reviews and take advantage of this life-changing product today. As always, finish with your face. Aloha.
The man, the legend. You'll see a lot more of this man on UnWoKeN, folks. As always, God bless. Take care, and I'm going to see your asses next week.